Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is your favorite YouTuber Mukesh Soni. Friends, as I know that your exams are very much near, your exams are approaching, so I thought that why not we revise the complete syllabus from the examination point of view. So in this video, I'm going to revise the complete syllabus of the fourth semester BCom BBA Generic English NEP syllabus under Bangalore University and the Bangalore North University. Both the universities have the same syllabus and quite same QP pattern. So both the university students can easily share each other's question paper so that you will have around 4 or 5 question papers to practice. So do the practice with the help of the QPs also. So I have gone through the QP, and according to your question papers, I have tried to make this video so that we can easily touch the important aspect of the question paper, and we can easily come to know that which unit or the which topic has the more weightage and how to solve those questions answers. Obviously, this video cannot give you the complete in detailed information about each and every question, but at least you can touch the surface of the question paper. And for all the detailed answers, I suggest you to watch my videos on all the topics, and all the topics videos links you can find in the description box or in the playlist. So now, without much delay, let's begin the discussion. The revision of the fourth semester BCom BBA Generic English syllabus, or the complete revision. In a nutshell, let's begin now. So this is a blueprint of your question paper. Carvalho, you have a novella Carvalho written by Purnachandra Tejaswi, which has 30 marks weightage. How much? 30 marks weightage. Then you have 2 poems and the 2 TED Talks, which have 10 marks weightage. Then you have the Pechakucha and speech writing, which have the 5 marks weightage. Then you have the travel writing and the article writing, which have the again 5 marks weightage. Then letter writing and email writing, which also have the 5 marks weightage. And finally, the last section of a question paper, writing a blog on any topic, writing a podcast script, or Instagram content, or the Twitter writing, that has the weightage for 5 marks. So this is a sequence of your questions on your question paper. The questions will appear in this particular sequence, and totally this is how the 60 marks question paper will appear in the examination. And this blueprint is according to the last year's question paper and the model question paper. So you can watch my videos on the model question paper and the last year's question papers also. So I have solved about one question paper last year, BU as well as BNU, and model question paper. So you'll be getting around 3 QPs for the practice. Just look at the description box and find the links of those question papers. Now, let's begin the discussion one by one. So novella, the unit 1, which consists 30 marks, 30 plus 10, 40 marks. And here the play novel, I'm sorry, the play or the novella, which has the, I'm sorry, it is a novella. I had done a mistake here. It's a novella. Please do correct me. It's a novella that is for 30 marks, Carvalho. Now, how will the questions be asked? What's the fractions, or we can say assessment? So here you have the 3 sections of the questions. You have 2 marks, 5 questions, 5 marks, 2 questions, and 10 marks, 1 question. 2 marks, you need to answer one of the 2 sentences. 5 marks, you need to write one in 1 page. And here you'll be having a choice out of 3, 4 questions. You need to attempt only 2 questions. And 10 marks, here again you have 2 questions. Out of 2 questions, you need to attempt 1. So 5 marks, 1 page answer. 10 marks, 2.5 pages answer. I would suggest you 2.5 pages answer. So now let's give a brief glance at Carvalho the novella. What is Carvalho? So Carvalho the novella is written by Purnachandra Tejaswi, and this novella is set in a faraway village in the foothills of the Western Ghats. Tejaswi's novella Carvalho explores its protagonist, the great botanist with international repute, on a trail to find a prehistoric reptile that is a flying lizard. For this expedition, the crew consists of Vandana, who is good for nothing fellow, but who claimed to have seen the lizard. Then Biryani Karyappa, who is an expert tree climber. Then we have Prabhakara, who handles the camera. Then we have Yankata, the snake catcher. Then we have the mysterious narrator himself. So Tejasvi masterfully has painted a vivid picture of the setting and the characters in this novella. This novella probes the varieties of the issue, from exploring the link between ecology and language to engage in a quest to define our existence. Does the God exist? Who are we? What is our history? So it is the engagement with these issues that makes the novella a very must-read book. So it presents many worlds: the dream world, the world of science and mystery, the workday, the world of normal, simple human beings. So that's a very brief glimpse, a brief picture. So I would suggest you to watch my 4 videos on novella. I have Carvalho. I have done I have done a detailed explanation of Carvalho chapter wise. That's one video. Then I have done a short summary of novella Carvalho, second video. Third video, I have done the 2 marks and 5 marks question. Fourth video, I have done 10 marks question. And recently, I have done one more video. That's very mega video. I would say 100 questions. I have done a video on 100 questions for the 2 marks. So if you watch that video, you cannot escape any of the 2 marks question. Definitely, I bet you'll be getting 10 out of 10. So watch all those 5 videos to get more information about Carvalho. Now you have here 2 poems and 2 TED Talks. Which are the 2 poems you have? First poem, Modern Grecian Urn by John Keats. Second poem, Ecology by A.K. Ramanujan. Then you have 2 TED Talks. One by Vandana Shiva titled Solutions to Food and Ecological Crisis Facing Us Today. Then second TED Talk you have by Devi Prasad Shetty titled It's Not a Solution if it is not affordable. So now let's give a brief glance. Wait, let me tell you here how the questions will be asked here. Here the 4 questions will be given. The mixed 4 questions will be given: 2 questions from the poem and 2 questions from the novel from the TED Talks. So out of 4 questions, you need to attempt only 2 questions. Got it now? 2 into 5, 10 marks. Now, Auden Grecian Urn. So briefly, I'm going to talk about the poem also. So it's a last moment revision. Generally, we always say that last moment preparation is always better than the whole year's preparation. So Auden Grecian Urn, written by John Keats. John Keats is a great English poet of the Romantic age. The poem Auden Grecian Urn presents a complexity between the art and the reality. This poem is written in the form of an ode, ODE. Keats looks at a Grecian urn which is decorated with many images in a museum or in his imagination. So the following 5 stanzas are his imagination or his personal feelings towards the urn. He calls the urn as an untouched bride of quietness. The urn is seen as a female whose foster parents are silence and time, because it is not destroyed by the time. It represents the past very silently. The picture on the urn gives more sweet tale stories than the writers could find out or could say. Thus, he calls the urn as a Sylvan historian. As the urn presents a Greek rustic life of the past, it is seen as a historian. By calling the urn as historian, Keats, the poet, looks at the urn very closely, and he could see the borders by a line of leaves around the pictures, around the urn. Each picture has its own tale, has its own story. It has the shapes of gods, humans, or both of them present in the valley of Tempe or in the region of Arcady. He could see some images and thus speculates whether they are God or they are men. Some girls are being chased by some wild boys. Musical instruments are being played, and the humans or the god becomes wild due to the music. So we are running rapidly. It's a rapid fire session. Okay. So now the poet looks at the specific pictures where a piper plays some music. Keats mentions that the heard melodies are sweet and the melodies in the urn, which could not be heard, whereas one could easily imagine the music, then that unheard music is more melodious than the heard music. So thus the songs of the piper will remain sweeter in the fantasy or in the imagination, and that music which is not for the physical ear, which will always be considered for the spiritual ear. So he then describes about a young man who is playing a song by sitting under the tree. As the urn is immortal, the young man will sing forever under the tree, which will be full with the leaves forever. That means the tree will not shed its leaves. So there's a bold lover who could not kiss his lady love though he is near her, as the picture remains stand still, unmoved. The poet asks him not to worry about it, as his lady love will always be beautiful and he will love her forever, always. Through these lines, Keats tries to imply that the imagined world on the vase or on the urn is always superior to the real world of experience. Kids feel jealous about the urn as it keeps everything immortal. He says that the tree in the picture remains happy because it does not shed its leaves and always enjoys the spring season forever. The pipers in the picture, they're also happy because they are singing the new songs every day. Kids imagines that lovers are happier because they will love and enjoy forever. Their love is above all the human passion because the human love leaves one with passion or with one sorrow. Keats finds a scene on the urn where a group of people coming for sacrifice. He sees a place to sacrifice a heifer, a young cow, which is dressed with garlands by a mysterious priest. The little town by the riverside or by the seashore is built among the peaceful surrounding. As all the people of the town have gone for the sacrifice on this pious day, the town remains empty, solitude without any people. Thus, the little town will always be empty and the streets will always be silent forever because the urn is immortal. You cannot change the picture. Keats addresses the urn directly as a symbol of Athenian art or a beautiful in shape, carved on the embroidered space with the images of men and women. With the beautiful pictures, the silent urn confuses and teases humans about eternity. The poet calls the urn as a cold pastoral. That means either its marble texture or it remains still in time. The mortal gets aged, whereas the urn will remain the same amidst the problems of humans as a friend to them. The urn advises humans about what they need to know on the earth. So there is a message: beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is beauty and truth. That is, beauty and truth are one and the same. It in turn consoles humans. So that's a very brief glance of this poem. You can watch my special video on the Ordon Grecian on the question answers also Ordon Grecian on. Just check the link in the description box. So now let's move to the second poem here, Ecology by A.K. Ramanujan. So we are giving a brief glimpse on Ecology. So Ecology appeared in A.K. Ramanujan's third volume of poems, Second Sight, titled, published in 1986. The narrator is very much caring towards his mother. The narrator used to visit home in a very frenzy and anger mood after the first rain of monsoon because the blooming red champak tree, which generally caused migraine to his mother. The red champak tree's smell, the suffocating smell, was spreading everywhere, and his mother could not tolerate that migraine created by that smell, by that fragrance. The walls of the narrator's house were not capable enough to stop the fragrance from coming inside. To save the mother from any kind of migraine allergy or the pain, the narrator decides to cut down the champak trees. But the mother stops the narrator from doing so. The mother says that the trees are as older as her age or as she. The mother tells an interesting fact on the birth of the tree. She says that it had been fertilized by the droppings of the passing bird. So it can be considered as a very good sign as per belief in that region, that omen by the Ashirwad of the god. Although the tree brings migraine to the mother, yet the champak trees also produce a basket full of flowers which could be offered to the gods and to her mother, to her daughters and the daughters' daughters every year. So the surprising thing is here, It would give a terrible migraine to one line of cousins also as a legacy. So in this poem, we can see that how the mother is trying to connect the human beings and the ecology and the nature together in spite of the suffering, in spite of the migraine she has been suffering. So watch my special video on the summary and the question answers on ecology. Find the links in the description box. So now, so here we are going to the first TED Talk. So it's a complete section. Poems and TED Talks, 4 questions, attempt any one. So a brief glance on this TED Talk. So we have a TED Talk titled Solutions to Food and Ecological Crisis Facing Us Today, delivered by Vandana Shiva. And in this TED Talk, she talks about biodiversity, she talks about the Chipko movement, she talks about environmentalism and climate change. She says that reality of food, what is the reality of food in India, then capital patriarchy, then circles and cycles, monocultures of mind. She talks about seeds, she talks about genocidal and ecocidal system, and she also says that agriculture is something false way of thinking. And finally, she says that we need to make a change. So watch my video on the summary of this TED Talk and the question answers on this TED Talk. The links are in description box. Next, we have the TED Talk by Dr. Devi Shetty. Title, It's Not a Solution If It's Not Affordable. And in this TED Talk, a famous, we all of us know who is Devi Shetty, a renowned cardiac surgeon, and who has spoken on TEDx Gateway 2013 about providing pioneering uh, medical quality medical care at the affordable prices. He's the founder of Narayana Hrudayalaya. So he talks about the price tag for human life, about heart attacks, alternative ways of funding healthcare, concept of health city or the Mysore hospital, and the importance of training the spouse after the heart surgery. What is the scope in health sector in the days to go, and how the society could be stable, the better future, the role of IT in hospitals, then heavy investment of technology in hospitals are very much required, and the next big thing, the health industry. So this is what Dr. Devi Prasad Shetty has spoken in this TED Talk. I have done the videos on the summary and the question answers. Just look at the description box. So this is how you have here 40 marks questions. So till now we have discussed here 40 marks questions, 30 marks questions from the Carvalho, 10 marks questions from the 2 TED Talks and the 2 poems. Now we shall have the discussion on the second section of your question paper, that is for 40, I'm sorry, that's for 20 marks. And these 20 marks questions will be asked from these particular topics: Pechakucha, spelling error, please do correct. Pechakucha presentation, speech writing, travel writing, article writing, letter writing, email writing, blog writing, podcast writing, writing on Instagram, and writing on Twitter. So all the remaining 20 marks questions will be asked on these topics, right? So let's begin one by one. Pechakucha presentation. Now, from this topic, so there was a lot of confusion that how the questions will be asked. So let me tell you, for the 4 semester BCom and BBA, there will not be any of the slides. You need not do any slides. A descriptive question will be asked on this topic. For example, there'll be, for example, based on the last 2 question papers, that's my experience. I would say here, they might ask you write a short note on Pechakucha presentation, describe the steps how to prepare Pechakucha presentation, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of Pechakucha presentation, describe the format of Pechakucha presentation, what's the origin of Pechakucha presentation. Got it now? Pechakucha presentation means 20 slides, each slide for 20 seconds, total duration 26 minutes 40 seconds. So you need to by heart, you need to mug up, I mean to say, you need to have a thorough knowledge of this topic. So watch my special video on Pechakucha presentation. That video will give the complete answer, because in this revision video I cannot explain everything here. Format, I would say here, 20 slides, each slide you have to give 20 seconds. So the complete Pechakucha presentation will have the duration for 6 minutes 40 seconds. So please do watch my videos on Pechakucha presentation. And again, I repeat, they will not ask you questions to prepare the slide. They will ask you the theory question on Pechakucha presentation. All right, let's move to the next question. Now, Speech writing. Now, this is quite creative writing. You have three speeches in your syllabus: impromptu, manuscript, and extempo. So, need not worry about this title. They will give you a kind of question, something like this. A question will be given. I'm sorry. One question will be given. Write a speech on for example, yeah, write a speech on electronical vehicle versus the fuel-based vehicle. You just write the speech in your own words. So when you're writing speech, you write in such a manner as you're talking to the audience, as you are speaking to the people. Again, remember, it's not an essay writing, it's a speech writing. Speech writing should connect with the audience. So there should be you should write the title of the speech, introduction of the speech, content, conclusion. Then you should begin like this. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. My name is XYZ. It's my pleasure to deliver a speech on this topic today. Got it now? And then you begin your speech, and finally you should write here. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak on this topic, because it's a public speaking. Now you have a choice here. In this section, you have a choice here. You have a choice. Either you attempt Pechakucha question or speech writing question. It's your choice. You can attempt anyone. Okay, so if you like Pechakucha, you attempt Pechakucha. If you like speech writing, you attempt speech writing. So 5 marks section is done. Now we are moving to the next 5 marks section. Now, the next section, number 6, the question number 6 you have in the unit number 2, section B, question number 6, you have here travel writing. Travel writing means to say, what's the meaning of travel writing? Travel writing is a writing which describes places the author has visited and the experiences that they had while traveling. It's also called as a travelogue. So what are the principles of travel writing? Travel writing is often written in the first person using I. I went to Mysore last week, last month, I saw this. It tells a story in the past tense and a very relatable and in a very conversational tone as you are talking to somebody. It also consists some sensory details like taste, smells, sounds. I saw this. The food was tasty. The costumes were like this, right? It also provides useful tips, facts, or insights. So you can also say that you can also suggest the people to go there to watch this. If you go there, you have to be careful, you have to be like this. So these are the principles of travel writing. Why am I telling you this principle of travel writing? Because they may also ask you the questions in this manner also. What is the meaning of travel writing? And explain the principles of travel writing. Or they may also ask you practical question, like narrate your travel experience to a historical place, narrate your experience on the beach, right? So they might ask you that creative writing also, or a theory question also. So you need to be prepared for both. Next question, in this question number 6 in the unit B, you have here article writing. So you may have to write article for the newspaper, for the magazine, for the search engine optimization, for the SEO, for the online. So not worry about these jargons here. Question may appear in a simple manner. Write an article on the importance of time management. This question they asked in the last year 2023 question paper. Write an article on the value education. So how you write an essay? Just write an article, just write answer on this topic. So need not worry. So in this section, again, you have a choice here. If you don't like to write an article, you opt travel writing. So in this section, you have a choice here. You want to opt travel writing, you can opt travel writing. You want to opt article writing, you can opt article writing. So you have a choice either to attempt the question from travel writing or attempt the question from article writing. So again, you have a choice. Like earlier, you had the choice for Pecha Kucha or speech writing. In this section, you have travel writing or article writing. That's for 5 marks. Now, next question you have here, next section, you have here letter writing or email writing. So you have three letters: appreciation letter, congratulation letter, promotion letter, and email writing. So you opt anyone, whichever you like. Whichever, if you want to write on letter writing question, you opt letter writing. If you want email writing, you opt email writing. Now let me tell you, I have done 3 videos. One video I have done letter writing format. One video I have done letter writing, appreciation letter, congratulation letter, promotion letter with samples. Third video I have done how to write an email with the samples. So you can find all these 3 videos links in the description box or in the playlist. So you'll get more ideas how to draft a letter on these themes. So with choice, this is the third section. Now we are moving to the last section of your question paper, that is called social media content writing for the 5 marks. In this section, you have 3 important topics: blog writing, podcast writing, writing on Twitter, and Instagram writing. So let me tell you, this is a very practical section. It's a very practical section. Nobody can teach you, because it's your creativity. How much creative you are, you can get the best answer. Now, what is it? Blog writing. Blog writing, you write on any of the topics and you upload on the particular blog, right? It has no particular format. How creatively you write, people will watch, they will read, they will comment. Now, podcast writing. Podcast writing is generally written in the conversational mode, right? Podcast means when you're talking to somebody and you put on the live mode, either it's audio podcast or face to face. So it's a conversation mode, one to one person. Then writing on Twitter, on the Twitter handle, you need to write. There's a given word is here. So I done a special video on writing on Twitter and writing on Instagram. You can watch my special video on writing on Twitter and writing on Instagram. So now you can attempt anyone. You have a lot of plenty of choices in this last section of this question paper. If you like blog writing on a topic, you opt or Instagram caption. Now Instagram caption, an image will be given and you need to write the caption for the Instagram. Don't forget to use the hashtags, right? Though it's for 5 marks, so obviously your caption should be more impressive. You cannot write pages together. 5 for the 10 captions you need to write, and you draw that image, right? And you bring more creativity. Then tweet writing. So let's see the samples here. Tweet, for example, draft a tweet commenting on the recent floods in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. That question was asked last year. So you can write the tweet: my heart goes out to those affected by the devastating flood in Uttarakhand. Then use the hashtags. So this is how you need to write the questions if you are opting for the tweet. Suppose you want to write for the Instagram image, I mean to say the Instagram caption. So the image will be given on a question paper. You write some sort of captions. So I given quite long captions here. You can use very short captions. You can give the hashtags. So this is how you are going to opt these questions from here, from the last section. So friends, let's have a recapitulation. This is how your question paper will appear. Carvalho for 30 marks, 2 marks, 5 marks, 10 marks questions, 2 poems and 2 TED Talks, which have the weightage for 10 marks. Pechakucha or speech writing, 5 marks. Travel writing or article writing, 5 marks. Letter writing or email writing, 5 marks. Writing blog, podcast or Instagram or Twitter, 5 marks. So this is how the 60 marks question paper will appear. And I hope this revision video will definitely help you to score better in the examination. And I pray to the God that you get the best marks. You get the 58 marks out of 60. 2 marks I need to reduce because of your spelling errors. Okay, so find all the links of all the videos links you can see in the description box. Check the playlist of the 4th semester BCom, BU, Generic English, NEP syllabus. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you good luck for the examination. Subscribe it, click on the like button, write in the comment box how do you like this video. Wish you all the best.